Hi, friends. I just want to share something with you that is stuck to me, and I just want to hear from my followers to see what they have to say. But today, during a wonderful presentation, I was sharing with participants all of the wonderful books, especially picture books, that I use in my classroom to talk about topics such as immigration and to encourage students to share their own stories, just like we see in certain books, and to help our students understand that their journeys and their experiences are validated, just like we see in some books. So, one of the books I was sharing is Dreamers, and is the real true story of Yuji Morales and how she came across borders with her son, and how she came here facing language barriers, and how she loved how picture books opened doors and windows for her to unpack her own identity. So I use this book. I use sometimes by Hugo Ibarra and John Silence, and it talks about family separation and how the children were without mom for a while, and until mom came across borders to join them. And of course, Manuelito is a graphic novel on how Manuelito and cousin or friend, I can't remember, don't quote me on that, but they travel as unaccompanied minors to the US, and it's tragic, and a lot of things happens on the way here. But in the end, even though it's a graphic novel and fiction books, there's a lot of truth behind these stories. A lot of those experiences are real. For example, my experience, I can just look at these books and say, wow, that represents my experience. This is exactly what I went through, and that empowers me and helps me to share my own story. And yes, of course, it opens some wounds, right? So it makes you think about what happened to you, and you relive those experiences. And so this teacher was expressing how some of these experiences might traumatize our students or cause some sort of trauma, and then how do you deal with that as a teacher? So you begin reading a book, and then this kid begins crying out of nowhere, which, by the way, I've had in my classroom. We read a text about immigrants, and then I've had students crying all after the text, because it brings back memories, and it helps you realize that, wow, I went through all of that, and it just breaks you. But at the same time that it breaks you, it heals you. To me personally, when I open a book such as these, or like Us in Progress, or Land of Cranes, or when the stars scattered, and so many other books that I have read about experiences for immigrants. And though it's a fiction story, I connect, and it empowers me to say, hey, my story is like that, and I want to share it as well. But I would like to hear from you. What do you think? Should you stay away from beautiful picture books that tell the truth about certain topics just because we may not know how to handle it when our students react to these books? Or should we continue reading these books and just connect with guidance counselors and social workers, and make sure we have support around us so we can help our students as they unpack their experiences, and as they share with us, and as they open up to us and the world about their experiences? I can't wait to see and hear what you have to say. I would love for you to send me a message, reply to this video, tell me what do you think, because I use all of these books and others, and I use a lot of other text that represents my students' experiences. Should we use them to continue bringing awareness to that, or should we stop because we fear about hindering and about trauma for our students? Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Bye.